everybody, it's me, Amy of Amy J's Creations, and I'm back for another Flosstube. This is Flosstube 20. I'm pretty excited that I made it this far because there have been many times when I thought, maybe I should stop doing this. And every time I think, nobody really cares, nobody's watching these, I'll get a really nice comment from somebody. And so here I am, still making them. Okay. I have mixed feelings about what I'm about to do because I'm going to do Wood Parade, which generally speaking, I find sometimes fun, but so many people are doing them that I have found, and I was a little bit behind because of Christmas, that I'm skipping over those. And some of them that are like, they have so many whips. It gives me anxiety and stress. But I've decided that I am going to do it because my whip parade is also like it's a plans video, because a lot of these are not even whips. I haven't started them yet, and they have to do with my WhipGo. And so I thought, all right, I'll just do it that way. So yes, I am doing WhipGo this year. I never did it before because, again, I don't have that many whips. But watching a few of the videos, I decided it would be a really kind of fun, semi-structured way for me to start certain things that I have been wanting to start and just didn't do it. And rather than doing a bunch of little small stuff, I did a lot of that last year. This year, I really wanted to pay attention and start and finish some slightly bigger projects. And so this is my super technical, really awesome WhipGo board that I whipped up. And what I did is I wrote down all the actual whips that I had, which was like, I think there was 11, maybe 10. Hold on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no. I only had 7 actual whips. I start stuff and then I finish it usually. But I do have 7. And then I had several other projects that were almost all kitted up. So I finished kitting them up. And that I wanted to start. And I figured if they come up on WhipGo, then that's kind of like, okay, now is the time. And there's a few smaller things, some ornaments, you'll see. But there's some bigger projects in here. And my WhipGo goals, what I chose to do was, I've never done this before. And so I kind of went off of what several other people had done, especially Pam from Pam and Steph of Just Keep Stitching, because Pam is like the WhipGo pro, man. She's been doing this, I think, as long as Jessie Marie has been doing it, at least for 3 years. And her goals seemed to be doable, and she made a lot of progress. And so that's kind of what I used. So a lot of mine are 10 days. When the number's called work for 10 days. And for me, my 10 days is if I get 2 hours of stitching, maybe an hour and a half. I also have my 25/7 that I'm working on project that I will talk about. So I do that first, and then I stitch for the rest of the time. And I figured if 2 things were called a month that had 10 days each, then that gave me still 10 to 11 days, most months, where I could, this day was really busy and I didn't get any time except for my 25/7 stitching. So I didn't have to stress and worry about how I was going to fit it all in. And if I got done earlier, then I could go back and work on a previously called number or on another project or fully finish some items. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And I already have one completely crossed off, which I'll show you. So that is my WhipGo. So what are on the board? I'm going to show you. Some of these are not kitted up because I refuse to make more project bags. I have the fabric, I have the zippers, I have the really nice, oh my gosh, what's that word? The plasticky stuff. But I don't want that many projects. I only had 7 whips, and that was too much for me. Okay, people, it was making me a little nervous. So I don't want to make any more project bags. So as I finish things, then these other projects will go in them. So this is a bookmark that my daughter started for herself. It's going to be her name, Sarah. That is on one of my WipGo goals, to finish that for her so she can have it. This, hold on a second. I think I tried to pause. I don't know. Well, I have to splice that together. I found the book. Other things that I showed last time were in this book. So this, I'm trying to find the finished picture so you can see it. Here it is. This is probably my oldest whip. And I just need to finish it. And as you can see, the hard part is almost all done. So that's in there that I want to work on and get finished. My other whip is in this bag. Those two things are just kind of in my little basket of where my project bags go, loosely in there because I don't have them kitted up. This Halloween witch that I started. This is from old magazine, Cross Stitch and Needlework, October 1996. It's super, super old, the pattern, but I just started it this Halloween. So, here is where I am on this. This fabric was dyed by me. And I am making a few color changes. Adding purple instead of blue. But that is one of the WipGo things that I'll be looking to finish. I'm going to save that one. Hold on just a second. In this bag is the Prairie Schooler. I need to get the 2001 Prairie Schooler Santa pattern. The last few times that I've tried to look for it on 123 Stitch, it was like, please notify me. So, and that was like before Christmas because I was a little bit busy with other stuff. So I will look again and order it. So that's all my flosses and stuff are in here. But yeah, I want to do that Santa. So hopefully I can get the pattern before that number's called, or I'm going to have to change things on my board. All right. Another one of mine is, I don't have a picture because I just have the pattern. It's from Lindy Stitches. It's the Pride and Prejudice Blessing. I also have a really good start on that. There's a clump of flowers here and a little bit over here and a little bit more writing. So I'm fairly confident that all of the things that I have put on my WipGo board, well, for starts and ones that are actually already started, will get finished this year. Another bag that I made. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to show you. This bag has such cute little sewing material on it. Picked that up at Missouri Star Quilt Company a couple years ago when we were on a cross-country road trip. And we took a vacation in the middle of our vacation and stopped in Overland Park, Kansas for an entire day. And the kids slept in. They swam in the hotel pool. We went to an awesome lunch at Jack Stack's Barbecue. Oh my gosh, So good. And went to see Spider-Man, one of the Spider-Mans with Tom Holland that had come out then in the movie theater. It was lovely. And so while the kids were sleeping in and swimming at the pool, because my youngest was like 9 and the oldest was 18 or something, so they were fine being by themselves, I went to Missouri Star that morning and shopped. Oh, magical. Magical. Anyhow, okay. Back on track. The gingerbread towel, Christmas towel that I started, that is another one of my numbers. And if I get that finished really quickly, then I will start a third towel, because I have 4 in total. One is completely done with the Christmas trees. There's this one, and then I have 2 more blank that I might find a cute pattern to put on. Okay, these in this bag that I made for my daughter, but now she has decided that cross stitch is not calming and relaxing, which is fine. I have 2 projects that are going to be new starts. I kept them together because they're similar patterns and they share some of the flosses. I'm going to be putting them on this opalescent white. I believe it's a 32 count from that I got at the Zweigart factory. These 2 patterns are what is this? It's Oh My Stitches Shop. Sorry, I only have the patterns, but I'm going to flash them real quick because seriously, taking a screenshot and freezing it and trying to copy it, no. So there's this, which I really love. That scene inside Darth Vader, so awesome. And then this one's going to be harder to show because it's over several pages. Hold on, I can't get these pages apart. But the main drift is on, the main thing is on this one. Again, it's one of those silhouette patterns. It's Yoda with them fighting. So I have been wanting to get those done for a while. And by while, I mean like all last year. And so this year is my year to finally just bite the bullet. No, it's not fitting in here because of those flosses. Okay, there we go. Bite the bullet and get them started because of WipGo. And hopefully, my goal on that is 10 days for each pattern, but they're on my board twice. Almost, yeah, all the bigger projects are on my board twice for 10 days each. And I'm hoping I can get either a super awesome start or perhaps even completely finish them. These are also new starts. I have a whole bunch in here because they're small, super small projects. So 3 of them are my Mill Hill snowman kits that I found at the DI this summer. My mom found them. And then 2 others are these adorable ornaments that so this is from Snug Harbor Crafts when they did their first Stitch West retreat. I could not go. I didn't go this last time either, but I couldn't go, but I watched live, and on one of their live things, they did a giveaway of these adorable patterns that were exclusive for the retreat, designed by Little Stitch Girl, and I won them. And I've already stitched this one, but I haven't finished it yet. I want to do these 2, so both of these are on my WipGo board as individual ornaments to do and finish, because we grew up, my grandpa had a boat, and we grew up sailing on my grandpa's boat. And my Uncle Pete and Margie, Uncle Pete is the one who always took us sailing the most. And I want to finish these and give them to him and his wife for Christmas. So those are on there to finish. And then I have And then, okay, so I have 2 more patterns, and they were actually called for WIPCO this January. Number 2 and number 19. My number 2 is this one right here, Little Bo Peep. Now, this is a pattern that my mom started many years ago and didn't finish, and she asked me to finish it, much like the Christmas tree. So I did the Christmas tree first, and now we've got this one. It is super wrinkly, folks, and I've started working on it a tad. Ooh, that is really, it's so wrinkly you cannot almost see it. Let's see. There we go. She's really, really cute. But I made a few errors. My mom has made a few errors. So it's kind of tricky. It's a little bit of a headache. But it's going to be super, super worth it when it's done. So that one, I still is, my goal is 10 days this month. And then 10 days the next time it gets called. And I'm hoping that will finish it so that I can send it to her. Maybe, yeah, it depends on when the other numbers get called. But that's that one. So I haven't started working on that one yet because I did my other number, which was called number 19, first. And that is, I don't really have a finish. I don't have a picture for you. But it is by Twin Peak Primitives. Oh, this, by the way, this is a Stoney Creek pattern. I guess you kind of saw that. Stoney Creek pattern. She has the buttons and everything to finish it up. This is Twin Peak Primitives, and this is called the True North Sampler. And I have tried, I've only seen one finished image when I Googled it. Everywhere else, it's just still the digital image. They don't even have a sample of it. This is after 10 days. This was a brand new start. It was on my WIPGO, and I got all this done in 10 days. I'm so happy. This is totally will be talking is hard. This will totally be able to get done with another 10 days. I did make a change. So the original called for here was like a orangey color, and I wanted red for Canada Day. So I have this like no name red, a couple skeins of it that my friend gave me. Hi Ashley. And so I used that, substituted that, and then it was supposed to use 721 right here for the white. And I had hardly any 721 and decided I wanted actual white. So I'm using B5200. But yeah, everything else is called for. And I'm really loving it. See the little Mounties boots are starting. And all the deer on the bottom. This is, I believe it's 32 count fabric that I coffee tea dyed myself. And you will notice my placement on this fabric. I know there are calculators that you can use. I know that there's formulas that you can use. But I don't trust myself because one too many times in my life, I've started cross stitching and literally ran to the edge of the fabric. So even though I most likely could have done it this way, like had this section go here and had enough room, I wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure. And so I did it this way instead. So, but I still do I can get a couple ornaments or something on those pieces on the side. So that was I guess my New Year's Eve, New Year, New Start, because it was called for WIPGO. And so I started that on New Year's Day. And then I do have one other whip that's on my WIPGO that's in this bag because there's a few similar colors. And also it's because this is see, I made a flag there, and then it's got Swiss fabric here. And so that's my like patriotic bag. And this other pattern is in this little pattern book that I picked up at the Zweig Art Factory. And it's really hard to see, but do you see in that little red bag, there's like Edelweiss? Well, that's what I want to stitch for Swiss National Day. The pattern is surprisingly tricky, complicated. So that is my little start. And you can see I got the thread and when I'm finished, I just pack it up just however it is, stick it in the bag. So, and this is on some, I believe this is also, actually I want to say this might be 36 count red, 8 o'clock. So that is in that bag. And I'm hoping to get that finished because it is a slightly complicated pattern, but it's also very, very small. So those are my whips, my future new starts. Very, very simple and easy. I lied. I have one more. I found this pattern also at the Brockie house here in Switzerland, Swiss DI. And it like came in this bag with the floss, super old pattern. Basically what it is, it's like a, oh, here you go. It's a little Swiss barn farm scene. Now, I'm not really sure what it will look like when it's done because that's all I've got. But it came with the floss. It came with this frame, which I probably will not frame. It came with fabric, which I am going to use. And I just thought, you know what? I want something super Swiss. So there we go. So that's that. Do I have anything else that I am forgetting? I'm looking at my thing here. No, that's it. Okay. So now I have a question for you guys. And then I have an answer for somebody who asked the question in the comments last video. And I didn't answer them right away because the answer was too complicated. So I'm answering you here. But first, my question. And it has to come with a confession first. 25 years ago, so the statute of limitations has run out. I was a poor, well, my husband was a poor college student, and I was working as a bank teller to support him. And I went to the library and checked out several cross-stitch books and used the photocopier at work to copy the patterns that were in the book. I know. You are shocked. You can't believe I can sleep at night. I might get run out of town. I understand. I wouldn't do it now, but back then, I did. What's done is done. And in one of those patterns, there was this. Hold on, let me hold something up behind it so you can see it better. There was this. It says Merry Christmas in a really cool font with this candle. I started it. It's 2 pages. I have the first page that says Merry and the candle. But I don't know where the second page is. We have moved 3 times since then into our own house, into across the ocean, and from that first apartment in Switzerland to this one. And somewhere in that move, that second page disappeared, gone. I don't know. And what I have has no designer name. It doesn't have the book name. It doesn't have any identifying notations on it at all. So here's my plea. Does anybody recognize this pattern? if you do, please tell me what book it was from, who was the designer, so that I can contact them and try to, or look on the secondary market, eBay or whatever, and try to find that pattern. Because I think this is absolutely gorgeous. I love it, and I want to finish it. But I can't because I don't know where that page is. So that's my question. Now my answer. And the person who asked this isn't going to like this answer because it's kind of the same situation. This book that I copied that out of is what I copied this out of. So the question was, where did I get the pattern for that really cute little nativity scene with Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus that I finished in the little tart pan that was in my previous episode, Flosstube episode. It's called The Holy Family. And there you go. Right there. This is a collection of patterns, and they are called Heirloom Ornaments, Holiday Stitchery. Okay? I don't know if the name of the book was called Holiday Stitchery. That's just what it says up here. I did a quick Google search, and there was somebody on eBay selling the patterns, and in the description listing, she said that it was cut out from a book or magazine. So I'm thinking that was, but she didn't say which book or which magazine. So they might be very hard to find. I'm very sorry. There are some adorable patterns. There's little bells. There's a little guy with a horse-drawn sleigh. Again, the Holy Family. Santa with a bunch of toys. Let's see what else. There's an angel, which I kind of like less. But if that's... angels like that are not really my thing. A beautiful poinsettia and a Christmas tree and kind of like a wreath thing. So, yeah. I'm sorry that I don't have like a better, easier answer for you. Super, super old. And yeah, out of a book. So, I don't know the name of the book. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, 25/7 stitching. What am I working on? I think I mentioned this before. I am working on the Hometown Holiday Series. It is in this project bag that I made myself. See, this is how I store stuff. The DMC floss is on a ring, and the fancy floss, Classic Colorworks, is on a ring, and it's all just kind of thrown in here in a hodgepodge. That's how I do it. I had not been working on this for over a year and a half, but I knew that at the start of the year, I wanted to get back into 25/7, and I wanted to be working on this pattern because I want to get this finished. So starting January 1st, 25 minutes a day, I have done almost all of this schoolhouse. What I had done previously was the trees and the snow and the snowman and the white outline of the windows and the door on the house. But I filled in the house, the roof, the doors, made the little people, the trees. Working on the swing set right now. Got a few of the snowflakes are in there. That is a lot of progress in 12 days of 25 minutes a day stitching. Okay, and to be honest, it's usually 30 minutes a day. I watch a Flosstube on 1.5 speed, and there you go. But I am so happy with this, and I feel like this giant thing is actually going to get done this year. And if it's not going to get done, it's going to be so close to being finished. I am making it slightly harder on myself. You will notice I have added backstitch to this top row. I will be adding backstitch to all the finished pieces. It needs the back stitch. I'm sorry. Look how much, let me hold this up here so you can see. Look at the detail on that house and how it pops compared to this. It stands out. The back stitch, it's not charted, but it's needed. And then today, as I was working on this tree and looking at these trees, I got another idea that I need to add even more to this pattern, more backstitch, because I want to put white, little line of, well, it's ecru in the pattern, but a little bit of white backstitching on the tops of some of these green boughs to make them look snow-capped. Because there's snow on the ground, there's snowflakes in the air, there's got to be snow on the trees. That's just how it is. So I will be adding backstitching, dark backstitching, and then snow backstitching on all the trees for this pattern. But I will be super happy with it when it is all finished. So put that back in. I am not doing all of them. I do own almost all of the Hometown Holiday series, but I am not stitching all of them in here. I went through and picked the ones that were the most special to me, like that had a connection with my life. For example, the diner, because I worked at Denny's. Crazy job next to SDSU Party School in San Diego. So many tips on the weekends from drunk frat boys. It was amazing. When I was young and cute. Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to that one. And then, so those are my plans. That's my WIPco. Those are all my whips. That's my whip parade. That half of them aren't even whips because I only had 7. And then I do have a tiny bit of haul that I wanted to share. These are patterns that I downloaded I purchased them from Joyful Expressions. They're the ones who did the His Name is Jesus pattern. And they were having, for the entire month of December, they were having 50% off Christmas patterns. And that's just too good a deal. So I got this one, which is the Christmas tree with the words from Isaiah, for unto us a child is born, unto us a child is given. That one. And I am most likely going to do this in red, green, and gold. No blue, as charted. I'm doing red, green, and gold. And then there was a collection of 3 patterns. I'm going to take them out of the plastic here. They came as a group. It's called, there's City of David, Great Joy, and then His Name. And you pay one price and you get all 3 of these patterns, which is a great deal. And I think they will look awesome finished in like a little triptych thing. Yeah, something like that. Where they're all together. Because they tell the story all together. Alright, I will worry about putting that back in the plastic when we're done with the Flosstube. So that was my haul. Yeah, I guess that's it. I thought it was going to be super long, but it's still under 30 minutes so far. Well, about 30 minutes. So thank you to everyone. If you stumbled upon this video and you have not subscribed and you thought maybe you'd like to hang out with me some more, please like and subscribe the video. I have been really, all right, we're going to chat here for a little bit. So if you don't want to hear the chat, you can stop. I have been starting to be very selective in which floss tubes I watch because there are so many. And I have been unsubscribing from a lot of the big names. Mama Loves You GB is one of them. I'm trying to think. Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch was another one. I still watch Pam and Steph, but I fast forward a lot. I do still watch Priscilla and Chelsea, but I think they're gonna get the cut this week. And why is that? Well, a lot of them are turning into commercials. Like, they have so many sponsors and, oh, we're doing this and I'm in a thing with this and that's awesome for them. I'm super happy for them, but it's boring for me as a viewer to have them go on and on about all their deals. And half of their video, it's very little stitching and a lot of, this is what we got from this person, and this is what we got sent from this person, and this is what we got. And I realize that they're doing that to acknowledge the people who sent it. But again, I want to see stitching. And like, they don't need me. Priscilla and Chelsea have 31,000 subscribers. Me not watching them isn't going to bother them at all. Does that mean I don't like their designs? No. I'm still a member of their Facebook group page. I still follow them on Instagram. I just don't subscribe to their Flosstubes anymore. Same thing with Mama Loves UGB. Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. I just don't want to watch their Flosstubes. Instead, there's a Facebook group called Flosstube, and lots of people, most of them under 1,000 subscribers, who are there, and they post when they have uploaded a new video. And I have been going, and every week or two I add a new one of those. My friend Dawn from Frosty X Stitch, when she has recommended several under 1,000 sub club members, and I've been watching those and subscribing to a lot of those, because I like also seeing kind of different stuff, and I want to support people who really need the support. Because when I get 10 new subscribers, that's a huge deal, because I don't even have 350 yet, right? When somebody who has 30,000 loses one subscriber, I don't care. So I've been trying to support some of the lower, smaller people. And having a lot of fun. Fanta Stitches is one of my favorites. I do speed her up. I speed up most people, so I can watch more Flosstube. But really cute, great stitching, unique designs, and I like hearing about these people's lives. They seem like cool people that I want to hang out with. So that's kind of my shift in Flosstube. Yeah. And life updates, we went skiing on Tuesday. It was my husband's birthday, so we went up to Flumserberg. It's about an hour from our house, just a little south, about half an hour, 40 minutes south of Zurich. And it was a fantastic day. Beautiful blue sky, nobody on the slopes. I'm not a very good skier, which that was great. I hung out on the baby slopes, the bunny hill, for the whole time, but it's a long bunny hill. It's not super short. It's longer. And really kind of just found my footing again with skiing. And so the next time we go, I'm like, okay, my plan is a couple runs down the baby hill, and then I'll be ready to go slightly longer. But he had fun. We came with a friend. She has a little house up there, and she cooked us lunch, and we hung out, and he tried to snowboard for the first time, discovered it was very hard, but he had a good time. So, yeah, it was absolutely lovely. My daughter's back. I think I mentioned that last video. My daughter's back in America. We miss her. Oh, actually, no, I didn't. Yeah, Sarah went back home. Well, this is home. She went back to Utah, to university. She's doing good. Everybody else is here. We're all healthy. I got to go back to work. The library is completely closed over Christmas. And one of the first days back, I got to read some stories to the kindergartners. They're so cute and little and just adorable. And that was fun. I love all aspects of my job. So that was very fun. So that is what's going on with us. I yeah, please make comments. Please ask questions. I will try to answer them down below. And I'll see you again in 2 weeks. Cheers.